And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll join you briefly in progress after we hear the Hornet Band and our alma mater. And there you are, fans, the East Central Golden Hornet Band. Welcome once again to Hornet Stadium here on the campus of East Central High School for this varsity matchup, in-district matchup between the New Braunfels Unicorns and your East Central Hornets. My name is James Bryant. Here with my colleague this evening, Barry Huff. Say hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
A beautiful evening, 80 degrees outside, hazy skies. Lights are on here at Hornet Stadium. Fans are hyped tonight. This is our homecoming night versus the New Braunfels Unicorns. Shortly here, the teams should be making their way onto the field. We'll sit here and enjoy the atmosphere a bit before we talk numbers and strategies and such. Looking at the field, the right end of your screen is the south end of our stadium. That's what our big Jumbotron screen is. The left end of the field is the north end, where we find all concessions great. Also where our band is posted. You hear the New Braunfels fans on the other side. Look like about, what do you say, Barry, about 150, 200 fans are there?
They're trickling in because Comal, they're coming down 35. They are in traffic right now.
And they're going to get loud for their team. Here comes New Braunfels Unicorns, far side of the field. New Braunfels coming into this game with a record of, well, I'll pause on that because here come your East Central Hornets, led by your East Central cheerleaders and your East Central Hornets, sporting the gold jerseys, black pants, carrying the American and Texas flags, proud of who they are, what they are, your East Central Hornets. As I was saying, New Braunfels coming into this game with a 2-2 district record, 5-2 overall. Just above them in the standings are your East Central Hornets, 3-1 in the district, 5-2 overall. So very evenly matched teams, I would say, Barry. Although if you look at the stat sheets, maybe not so much. And we'll go into that momentarily here. Let's enjoy the opening festivities, including the presentation of our colors.
Flag is Cadet Second Lieutenant Class Angelie Sanchez. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Staff Sergeant Dianera Valenzuela. Guarding the Texas flag is Cadet Master Sergeant Daniel Resendez. The color sergeant is Cadet Major Zoe Zimmerman. Following the presentation of the colors, the moment of silence and the playing of our national anthem, and in order to honor our flag and those who have served and are currently serving our nation, we ask that you join Hornet players, students, coaches, and fans and remain standing in observance until the flags have left the field. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the scoreboard. On Thursday, October 14th, our community endured a significant loss and tragedy. Alyssa Lehman, a kindergarten student at Tradition Elementary, passed away at the age of 5 years old. Please rise as we give our prayers and lift up Alyssa's family during this difficult time. Please bow your heads in a moment of silence. Thank you. Tonight's national anthem is performed by the East Central High School Varsity Mixed Choir under direction of Dr. Warren Lyons and Mrs. Alyssa Skern.
And Hornets are ready for some football tonight. Coach Hubbard on the sideline getting them all fired up. Big props to Mr. Warren Mize, our choir director. The Grammy Award-winning Warren Mize for music education. Yes, sir. Doing a great job with our choir and the national anthem this evening. So, Barry, here we have it. A brand new year for the Hornets. Something special going on this year.
First of all, it's just been fantastic to watch, as usual. But this year, for the first time since we've been put into this buzzsaw district, East Central is sitting firmly in third place with the playoff destiny in its own hands.
Let me slow you down real quick, Barry. You said a buzzsaw of a district. Describe what we've been up against in the last few years.
Well, we have Smithson Valley. We have Steele. We have Judson. We have Clemens Shirts. We have Wagner. It is one of the toughest districts in Texas, especially South Texas.
Year after year, any one of those top 3 or 4 teams could be in the state playoffs, if not your state champion. So we've been up against that this year. Please continue, Barry. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. We'll go ahead. We'll put a pin in that for now. Let's go ahead and watch Mr. Guyona.
49, yes, sir. 49 Dan Guyona, our awesome quicker weapon in himself. Kicking off for the Hornets. Guyona sends it deep. Number 5 back to receive for New Braunfels is Riker Purdy. Flags from the sideline to the middle of the pack.
Now there's a flag on the field, but the person running that ball back is the leading rusher in our district in 27-6A. This guy is a load. He's averages about 6 yards a carry. He has almost 800 yards in rushing. New Braunfels is so balanced on offense. They can throw, they can run, and that Riker Purdy there can absolutely glide.
Remember that name? It will be called quite a bit this evening. You mentioned almost 800 yards. That's the penalty is going to go against the Hornets, so mark off that yardage. Riker Purdy, almost 3 times the amount of yardage this year as East Central's top runner.
But you're going to see not Smithson Valley. Sorry, Comal ISD. Sorry about that. But New Braunfels High, you're going to see them throw. You're going to see them run. But Riker is a stud back there. And because they can run well and throw well, they're going to get great big chunks of yardage. Let's see what East Central can do.
Riker Purdy, number 5 in the backfield with quarterback number 11. Aiden Bauman throws deep, finds a receiver, and it's just off of his fingertips. In fact, in and out of the hands of number 1, Lance Beagley.
And there's plenty more where that came from. Now, East Central is up to the task. East Central has a really fine defense, as Judson got to see 2 weeks ago. Judson had big numbers, but the East Central defense bent. But at the end, they didn't break, and they ended up with the win. Let's see how East Central adjusts.
Aiden Bauman, once again, number 11, the quarterback, top passer in the league. And Hornets catch the running back in the backfield, number 21 on the tackle, Juan Hernandez. We'll bring up a third down now and 13 to go.
Little end around for number 10, Landon Marshall in the Braunfels. They can attack you so many ways, but East Central was game. Nice stop by the defense.
New Braunfels with 2 up top, 2 down below. I'm speaking of receivers. Riker Purdy, the lone back. Quarterback looks left, finds the receiver there, and it's caught for an 11-yard gain by number 1, Lance Beagley.
Talking about this Aiden Bauman, he has already thrown for 1,300 yards this season. He's accurate. He's almost 67% of his passes will be caught. He's so efficient, such a quick release, accuracy.
Little mix up in the backfield there. Gives East Central's defenders time to get back there with them. 21 again, J.J. Hernandez, along with number 42, Mark Pena, will cause another loss there for New Braunfels.
So East Central's ready for that run. But because they're playing man-to-man defense and New Braunfels sees that, they are going to be testing our cornerbacks. Although right now, looks like they're going to be running quarters, 2 deep quarters in that secondary.
Quarterback looks left. There's pursuit up the middle. Nice tackle after just a 2-yard gain by number 15 from the Hornets, Zachary Vidal. Now, was that a planned short screen pass there, Barry, or was the coverage there? Or?
I think the coverage was there when they dropped back in the 4 deep zone. The only open man was really a short little drag route underneath, and he hit his man, but the linebackers were there.
3 wide receivers this time to the right side. Corner drops back to the left side. He sees the quarterback's eyes looking that way. Quarterback hits receiver number 1, Lance Beagley. Beagley with the long stride out to the 19-yard line of the Hornets. He's brought down by number 4, Jonathan Martinez.
Tackled by Elijah Simons.
Well, about 50 yards already of passing out of your quarterback, Bauman.
He looks so relaxed. He looks so relaxed back there. That offensive line is giving him some space.
Throw it left this time on a quick pattern to number 10, Lyndon Marsh. Defenders are in place.
Pathaphone.
Aiden Pathaphone. That is the most boring tackle you'll ever see Aiden Pathaphone make.
But effective.
Effective nonetheless, but Aiden Pathaphone will light a receiver up. Let's look for one of those tonight. Second down now and 7. Quarterback decides to keep and give about a 3-yard gain to the quarterback, Aiden Bauman. Looks like 99 on the tackle for the Hornets, Ray Espinosa.
Essentials ready at the moment for those running attacks. That little run pass option, that RPO, wasn't doing much, but it looks like the real attack is going to be with his arm. And we'll see what happens. I believe this is going to be a slant behind the secondary unless they drop that.
Bauman 3 yards behind the center on the shotgun. Rolls right. And it's intercepted. Still on his feet. Hornets still on the run back with blockers. Still going. And finally down. Number 15, Zachary Vidal on the run of the season. And we've had many runs of the season this year. Zach Vidal just put another one up there for the Hornets.
And that is what's making East Central's year special.
Woo!
That is really they've been making plays on special teams, on timely plays on defense. That's what wins. It's not just the offense scoring. What can your defense do to create takeaways? And he read that so well. He jumped that route right underneath. Great catch, great run, great blocking for your football brothers. Well done, Hornets.
Zach Vidal, 15 on the run back. Caden Bosenko, first time now setting up for the Hornets with Kenyon McClure in the backfield. Flag on the play. It'll be a false start against the Hornets. Five-yard penalty will move it back to the 20-yard line for a 1st and 15 now.
Amazing. I'm still thinking about the return, the interception return. That was really beautiful.
Hey, not only was he running the field, but he had 6 other guys with him running the field. It was a pack of them running there. 3 wide receivers up top. Pitch to Kenyon running the same way as those wide receivers. Kenyon turns the corner. Oh, little hit right on the edge of the playing field there.
I love Kenyon. That. I love how he dipped that shoulder. He's showing how fast he is. He's going to hit that edge. East Central is going to be back and forth. It's going to be a fun game to watch tonight.
5-yard gain for a 2nd down now and 5 for the Hornets. 2 wide receivers on the left. Jack Stewart, the leading rusher for the Hornets. Inside of him, number 8, Austin Vivier. A story in himself this year. We'll talk about Austin here momentarily. Oh, a dart thrown inside to Samuel Padgett. Maybe a little bit too much spice on that throw there, Barry.
For sure. But it was the right call, deep in. That's normally the route they like with Samuel Padgett. They'll have him roam along the back of the end zone. Look for Samuel Padgett again. Although, if you see Cade Masenko roll to his left, that is going to be a dig route for Jack on the closest to the screen.
Padgett up top, Jack Stewart, and Vivier down low. Hand off to the inside. Kenyon McClure working for it. Kenyon in that front line pushing through that New Braunfels front.
Looking quick, looking athletic. And I'm talking about both our running back, but that offensive line too. is really taking advantage of that defense in front.
61, I saw pushing a few back. Henry D'Antonio, 6'5", 215 for the Hornets.
And his size is looking a little average compared to those defensive linemen from Comau ISD there. But he looked good. Good blocking.
Everybody's going right except the quarterback. He goes left. Pitches to Kenyon. Kenyon tripped up, however. Actually, the pitch is to Austin Beavier, lining up in the backfield. Austin Beavier has some speed. Austin's one of the ones, Austin and Trayshawn Johnson, Barry, who have been picking up those extra yards on special teams.
Absolutely.
The ones that don't necessarily show up in your normal stats, but they're scoring some points.
Austin Vivier, he's a punter. He's making sure that, along with being on the offense, making sure that we have good field position. And then Trayshawn, of course, run back 2.
Yeah, there you go. Touchdown Hornets. And up inside. Kenyon McClure untouched off the right side of the guard, in between the guard and tackle. And it's going to be a touchdown Hornets.
They're having a lot of success on the edge running. They're having success on the inside. That offensive line is just laying them down.
Daniel Gauna up and in. Point after attempt is good. With 5:32 remaining in the first quarter, Hornets 7, New Braunfels 0.
You have mentioned before how Gauna is a weapon in and of itself. In many ways, he kicks it deep. He's normally kicking it into the end zone. He is almost automatic on extra points. He is good with field goals. He is so steady. And the special teams, again, have been amazing for East Central this year. The thing that the X factor that they've needed in years past, it is here and hope it's going to stay for a while. Again, we've had Trayshawn Johnson run back 2 kickoff returns, 2 90-plus kickoff returns in the last 2 weeks of football. One big one versus Judson last week, another big one the week before versus Wagner. We have Austin Vivier, who's a punter, who also is just so fast during the game against Judson last week. He's using that speed for a 34-yard touchdown connection from Caden Basenko. It's just speed, all over the place for East Central this year.
Barry, I'm a big fan of Austin Beavier. Not only is he a punter, he's our backup quarterback. He'll line up in the backfield.
Yes, he is.
He'll be that slot receiver when you need him. Anything that requires some speed is where Austin Beavier will be, and he also punts. Daniel Gauna, just a junior this year. It's going to be great having him back next year. Kick is up, goes deep again to number 5, Riker Purdy. And Purdy lets it go out of bounds, and that is a penalty, as you know, Barry.
Yeah, so they're going to get the ball. They can either have it re-kicked, or they can bring the ball up to the 25, and I think they'll go ahead and set it at the 25 for them.
I guess the genesis of that rule, and it's a relatively recent rule, maybe 8 to 9, 10 years old, would you say?
Well, this right here, they're kicking out of bounds.
Yeah.
Well, it's been around for a long time, but what
Okay.
they're doing with where they're placing the ball. By the way, I said 25 is actually the 30-yard line. It is a little different the way that they're placing the balls. I think that rule's been in place for about 3 years, 3-4 years.
Okay.
And I like it. It's not terrible. The only thing new really is the last couple years, if the ball goes directly in the end zone, that's an automatic touchback.
This time, quarterback Aiden Bondman has 2 running backs back there in the backfield with him, single wide receivers to each side. Hand off to number 5, Purdy, tripped up after about a 7-yard gain.
Good blocking up front. He has great balance. He ran into one of his defenders initially, but has a presence of mind and just good legs are churning to make up big yardage. He's a good little running back.
He gets to that top speed quick.
He does.
Quickly. Sorry, English major. 41 in motion. Handoff again to Purdy. Straight ahead. Tripped up this time by number 42, I believe, Mark Pena. Not for a first down, though, for the Unicorns.
He is running right now, running with little vengeance.
Stats again on Riker Purdy this year. 124 runs. Wow, 124 attempts. That's, again, about 3 times as much as our top runner.
That's a lot.
780 yards, 6.29 per carry. That's a decent chunk of yards every time you run the ball. That's Purdy again with a five-yard gain. Tackle made by number 23, Aiden Pathophone from the Hornets. New Braunfels hurrying it up this time. Drop back, ready for the pass. Over the middle. Just a little wide of the receiver there, 84.
East Central made it interesting for him. It was a quick drop back, maybe 3-step drop. Made it a little interesting. Threw him off just a little bit, but you see the velocity in which Bauman throws that ball. That is D1 velocity there. That boy can sling it.
84 down low, Jake Vaughn, the receiver. Up top is Beagley. Bauman has a chat with his running back behind him. Hands off to that running back, who is, of course, number 5, Riker Purdy. Purdy still on his feet, past the first down marker.
Well, the Braunfels saw East Central running that ball on the inside, and the Braunfels like, well, we can do that too because we have the best running back in our district right now in 27-6A. And that line obviously has a lot to say about that.
Again, New Braunfels hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Hornet defense dropping back, but it's a run. Luckily, the front line does its job and maintains or contains that runner. Yeah, 15 is the tackler, I believe. That's Zachary Vidal. Tyree Johnson, the runner that time. Johnson again in the backfield with your quarterback Bauman. 3 wide receivers down low. That's the right side of the Braunfels line. And an audible being called by Bauman. Looking left, looking for that receiver to outrun. No, sir. Not going to happen on the left side there. Quick toss over the middle then to number 41, Garnett Gonzalez. And an official timeout on the play for an injured player.
Just a couple of really cool things from the Braunfels that happened there. First of all, East Central came in with a delayed blitz and drove Bauman out the pocket. But again, he has a presence of mind. He was blitzed, but he wasn't flustered. He pump fake, made the East Central defender bite and jump. He just worked his way quickly to his right, saw his open man, and number 41, Gonzalez, made the catch. But that second thing, that receiver on the edge, number 84, Jake Vaughn, making that block to spring his teammate. Offensive lineman block, but so do receivers.
2 running backs in the background with Bauman. Will be 32 Tyree Johnson, Riker Purdy on the left-hand side. Hand off to Purdy. Quick step and a jump, and Purdy avoids the first blocker. 3 more tacklers there for the Hornets.
He has patience. He's waiting to set up his blocks, but East Central had the speed and shot through the gaps. And while he's being patient just a little too long. East Central came up and made that tackle.
54, the linebacker for the Hornets. Correction, 55, Nathaniel Ortega. Handoff inside to 32, the other running back, Tyree Johnson, fumbles, and Hornets. No, it's a touchdown. Touchdown, New Braunfels.
Yeah, so the way that works, as soon as that ball breaks the plane of the goal line, the white line, that's a touchdown. It doesn't have to be in the end zone all the way. Just breaks that plane, touchdown.
And that's exactly what the official is explaining here, as if we needed that. Come on, official. We're a little bit smarter than that. We know that. Point after attempt number 2, the kicker, Cade Wenzel. So Hornets fans not too happy with that, but it's the right call. The ball did cross the goal line, stripped afterwards, or dropped afterwards.
I do understand why Hornet fans were upset because they think they saw the play 40 yards from the actual point. But if you or anybody else thinks that they could call the game better,
here we go.
I would like for you to go ahead and go to a website. That's TASO.org. That's Texas Area Association of Sports Officials, because they could use more officials out there. Again, we all like to complain, but we all need to be part of the fix as well. We would love to see you out there doing what these fellows are doing, and really appreciate these officials coming out for very little pay, because they love the game just like you do.
And those officials, guys, are you and I. And I mean that in a figurative way. You need to be out there representing or lending your skills to the game if it's a game you enjoy. Always in need of officials out there is what I hear and what you've heard as well, Barry.
Absolutely.
Austin Vivier back to receive, along with Trayshawn Johnson, number 3. Vivier 8. Trayshawn 3.
Let's see if they actually kick this deep. Judson kicked it shallow after Trayshawn broke a 99-yard touchdown. They might start kicking it to Vivier, not realizing how fast he is.
Both of these fellas now they're going to go to the short man there. There was not a lot of leg into that kick, so they intentionally chose the short man. Short man, oh! He got it back. Short man there was Cornell George, number 10. Cornell almost lost it, but was able to recover as he fell to the ground. First and 10 Hornets, ball at the 30-yard line.
One would understand why he might fumble. He is a defensive player. He has good hands and good athleticism, but he's rarely, if ever, returning kicks.
He is a basketball player, though, Barry.
Yes, he is. He has good hands. He has trying to apologize for the brother, but I tell you what, he is a good athlete.
Very nice young man as well. All right, Hornets deciding on a play here, waiting for the signal from the sideline. Sideline waving hands all over the place, and Bosenko interprets that, calls the play for his team. One running back in the backfield is Kenyon McClure. In motion, the wide receiver stops on the right-hand side and sets up. Bosenko rolls right. And really no, you might want to call that the option, but Kenyon not even keeping up with him. Bosenko just runs it the whole way for a gain of about 4.
Speaking of him running the ball, Caden is the leading rusher for East Central this year. They had tough going against Judson, but he leads us. He throws, he runs. He's a complete athlete out there.
54 runs on the year, averaging about 5 yards a run. Again, can't complain about a 5-yard run average.
Absolutely not.
If you do that twice every series, you've got a first down.
Easily.
All right, so what do we have there, Barry? On the snap, it's a timeout. Okay. Timeout, East Central. First time out of the period. They're going to get 3 total.
This is East Central's first chance to see if they can string together a lengthy drive. Remembering that early in the game, we had Zachary Vidal, who's had a monster game so far, returning an interception deep into the Braunfels territory. But East Central definitely does need to give that defense a break and a little bit of a rest, and run right, run left seems good to me. Second and 7, very manageable. And but I do know that Cade will load up load up and look for Jack. Sometimes Paget, but definitely Jack, and at times Austin Vivier.
Jack Stewart is Jack. He's number 11, the wide receiver, standing at the 30-yard line. Samuel Paget, number 6, top of your screen, the other wide receiver in this play. Bosenko looks for the call from the sideline. Fakes the handoff to McClure. Looks deep. And, oh, my goodness. Yes, sir. You got to give it to him, official. It's a reception. Jack Stewart. First down, Hornets.
Double coverage, ran past the safety by himself. Ball.
No, they're waving it off. No. Wow. Does YouTube have a replay button?
Well, we just know this. We have to believe what the official saw. He may have caught it, but did he have control all the way to the ground? And if he
say yes, he did.
Well, we saw his back. That safety there's a 7-man crew, and on top of it, they were on top of it. We have to let them call it.
Well, they were on top of it, and all 3 or 4 of them called a reception. They're going to try it again. Jack over the middle, catches it this time. First down, Hornets. Jack Stewart.
And triple coverage this time. Triple coverage. They had a safety over the top. They had another safety and a cornerback as press coverage, a safety over the top, the other free safety coming up top again to help. And just out of spite, they threw it to him.
No, he didn't. Hand off inside to Kenyon McClure. Kenyon gets about 3 on the play.
I like it when they play with a little chip on their shoulders. That's nice. That is interesting. But there's 9 seconds left on the clock in the first half. A very entertaining first quarter.
Indeed.
Very entertaining.
You know, I'm very surprised by that play, as a matter of fact, because the first waved off pass to Jack. Jack came up a little gimpy on one leg. And for him to outrun 3 defenders on the following play, amazing.
I think he's actually breaking that cornerback off. I think they're trying to press him at the line of scrimmage, and he's easily getting past him. But they have help over the top. I would never assume that pass is going to be there all the time. But they do have Austin Vivier, Samuel Paget, and others. But of course, they've proven that they can run the ball. On this series, they've given the ball to Quincy Brown, and then of course, they're gonna be feeding that rock, hopefully, to Kenyon McClure and others, possibly even Austin Vivier on a little fly sweep. But this is entertaining so far, and these defenses are no slouch. They really aren't, and so we'll see how it goes.
And Barry, from time to time, I'm going to ask you to update us on the time and score, because from my vantage point, again, if you were with us last week, I kind of set the stage here. I cannot really see the scoreboard from where I'm sitting unless I extend my neck about 3 feet forward and around a corner. So, Barry, what's our score and time remaining?
Start of the second quarter, East Central and the Braunfels tied to 7.
Reverse, Kenyon to Austin. Vivier looks for some room and perhaps gets 1 on the play.
That was well scouted by the Braunfels. They just outflanked East Central. They were not fooled by the reverse. If Austin has in his hand, he's one of their keys. They're going to key on Austin running those fly sweeps.
Ben James, number 29, on the tackle for New Braunfels. Bosenko calls for it. Low snap. Kenyon. This time they fake the reverse, and New Braunfels ready for it either way.
Yeah, it looked like there was an issue with with Caden getting the ball. The snap was a bit low. The timing was a little off. So East Central's now going to punt it, although this is in no man's land. And Austin Vivier, who is the punter, I don't know. I might actually.
I hear some buzz up in their booth about a fake punt.
I think this might be one.
A good spot for it. If they miss it, there's still 60 yards to go for New Braunfels. That's a full 10 yard. Oh, here. Yep, they faked it. And guess who they headed off to? Trayshawn. Oh, no. Just short. Well, Barry, they headed off to exactly the right person, Trayshawn Johnson, the speedy Trayshawn Johnson, who typically could break that maybe for a long one. Man, that was a well drawn up play.
It was a little much. It was a little much. It was designed to throw in the Braunfels out, but they were just too disciplined for it. He almost broke it. I would have liked to have seen Austin take it as opposed to using all that extra, all the extra end around. But it was a good call. It was a good gamble. Very, very good gamble.
I owe Barry Huff 3 Hornet bucks. We had a little pregame fake gentleman's agreement that might actually happen this evening.
Well, it's not exactly right though, because I said that Austin Vivier was going to run it, but that was,
okay.
but I knew I felt that there was going to be at least one fake, which I hadn't seen all year.
Handoff to Purdy, the running back extraordinaire.
That's 6 yards.
Stopped by a tackle extraordinaire coming from the safety, it looks like. Number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. Pick up a 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 for New Braunfels. This time, 2 wide receivers down low. That's the left side of their screen, or the left side of their line, I should say. Number 10, Landon Marsh, Lance Beagley, the other receiver. Aiden Ballman, the quarterback. Number 5, Riker Purdy back there with him. 2 receivers up top as well. Quarterback looks deep. Recognize that play, Barry?
The exact same play that sprung Jack.
Yeah, that's the same one. Lance Beagley. Little psychological blow there again, maybe. I don't know. Maybe something underneath what we're seeing.
Well, if you have a quarterback that can make that throw, that's always going to be there. Lance coming in second leading receiver for the Braunfels, also coincidentally the second leading receiver in our district.
Yeah, but do you have to do the exact same play?
They haven't. They haven't.
3 wide receivers up top. Quarterback looks left. He had a little push off there, but
I like that no call there because they're both battling down the field. It was a bit of a push off at the end, but they let it go.
A bit of a push off separated them about 5 yards.
About a couple yards, but we're about 40 yards from the play. We have to trust that official. Coach Hubbard also saw what we saw. He's talking it over to the official. Official's gonna made it right, and now everybody's focused on the next play.
2nd down now and 10 for New Braunfels. 2 receivers to each side. Handoff to Purdy, the lone running back. Purdy hit immediately by 2 to 3 Hornets. 15 is Zach Vidal.
Monster game.
Absolutely.
Monster game.
Blake Miller also on the tackle, 57.
Looks like Juan got nicked up. JJ got nicked up on that play.
Yeah, Blake Miller, also the tackler coming out, and JJ coming out. Two running backs now in the backfield with Ballman. Bauman looking left to that wide receiver, number 1, Beagley. Still looking his way. Beagley pushed off again, and this time, no. No, yes, it is a completion. Again, my unprofessional opinion from 40 yards away, it looked like a push off, Barry. Did you see it this time?
I don't know what I saw there. I thought that was a pretty good play on the ball. It did seem like he extended his arms, but they were fighting down the field. They were battling down the field, and it looks like they're letting some things go. So I'm going to stick with the official on that one.
Purdy up the middle, gain of about 3 on the play, down to about the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal now.
Yeah, I know what I want to see. I think I thought I saw a push off, but again, I'm going to give it to the official. I'm always going to trust the official over me. I promise, because I want to see the Hornets win. I wanted things to go East Central's way. I want a good football game, but the official has no stake in this game except calling a clean game.
Quarterback with 2 running backs to either side of him. Well, 1 to either side of him for a total of 2. And delay of game, Hornets, delay of game, New Braunfels. If we get about 8 more of those delay of games, I feel a little more comfortable right now. New Braunfels still in striking distance. It's going to go to number 1 over here on the left-hand side. He's going to push that corner off again, and they're going to score a touchdown.
We'll see what happens. Let's see what defense. See what's deep. Oh, gonna blitz. That's smart. That's smart.
Yes,
That's
sir.
smart.
Look at him.
That's smart.
Nice. Got him.
Zach Vidal again.
Indeed, number 1-5, Vidal. And if it wasn't him, there were a couple more Hornets coming. Nice blitz by the Hornets, as you called.
Oh my gosh! Blitz off the edge, off the far side edge. It was a pretty out of the seven technique. Just came off the edge, and it was so pretty. Well done. He kept his feet, kept his head. Just came in and came after that passer. Nobody was open. Good job, secondary.
This time the Braunfels spread a little bit wider. Check the right-hand side. Receiver up, and wow, close one.
Outstanding job by the cornerback. He had great position because that number 84, such a good receiver for them. I believe that number 84 is
I got you, Jake Vaughn.
And I believe he is a leading, he's the 5th leading receiver in our district. He's averaging 15 yards a catch. He's big, but Hornets were game. Good job. Was that 22 for the Hornets? Number Elijah
yes,
Simmons?
I was trying to find out the
Elijah
corner.
Simmons.
Yes, sir. That's going to be a field goal attempt and a field goal made by New Braunfels.
I know that no one likes to see the other team score, but I'm going to count that as a win for the defense.
Yeah, most definitely.
It was 1st and goal, and that penalty, but more importantly, timely play calling by the defense. Zach Vidal has had a heck of a first half. In on tackles, interception, big time sack. Well done with those linebacking core today.
Yeah, coaches are going to agree with you on that one, I believe, Barry. Coach Hubbard is still highly energetic up and down that sideline. I believe he's happy with that result as well. What's our score there, Barry? Oh, hold on. Our excellent camera folk here have a shot of the scoreboard, especially for me. It's 10-7 Unicorns with 5:03 remaining in the half.
Sam, the man, our producer, and this crew of camera operators, thank you so much. Good job, Sam.
Kicking off now for New Braunfels, number 2, Cade Wenzel. Come on, Bear. We have to trust the officials' view on that. No, sir. The officials did not call it. It's not offside, sir.
What you didn't hear me say, I said that looked like offsides, and then James was checking me because I was all earlier. Oh, we got to trust the officials. Well, it looked like offsides to me, and I was incorrect because there was no flag. You're right, James. Absolutely. By the way, that's TSO.org. That's Texas Association of Sports Officials.org if you too want to be an official.
And by the way, it's Barry.Huff. You give a care. Hand off to the running back for the Hornets, Quincy Brown this time. Quincy's number 39 it is going to be Kenyon. I'm sorry.
Big
it's going to be
chunk.
a 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4 now.
That's what I like seeing. Just zone blocking. Let's go. Nothing fancy. Let's just bring it, make them pay.
Handoff inside. Not much this time. Maybe a yard. Kenyon McClure again.
Like 3rd and 3 for the Hornets.
The voice you hear in the background, Brandon Oliver, stadium announcer and East Central marketing specialist. Director of marketing, I should say. Quick pass, Bosenko, no. Popped up in the air, out of the hands of, who's the receiver over there? Is it Sam Padgett? 27 on the coverage for New Braunfels is going to be DeAndre Davis. Just a sophomore out there playing some varsity ball. Change of personnel for the Hornets. The punting team with an asterisk because your punter is Austin Vivier. But in this case, Barry, that's going to be a punt, isn't it?
I think so. We're deep, and Austin has quite a leg. This is going to be potentially a great punt for him. Really talented kid.
Wow. Such an outstanding punt. I was looking another 15 yards shorter than the actual punt. Could not find the ball. Makes its way down to the 11-yard line now. First and 10.
About a 55-yard punt. It's a great punt.
Austin Vivier looking to be our, well, let's not be too predictive here. Perhaps our quarterback next year.
Well, he is the backup quarterback currently, so that makes sense. He's a sophomore, possibly next in line. But the thing about any type of high school sports, it's really next man up, and you're going to put people in positions to be most effective. And he's so fast, and there's so many things that he can do for a team. So we'll see what happens next year, but on the field, he's working hard now.
Quarterback Aiden Ballman stands up straight, sends a message or two to those folks around him, running backs, linemen. A little change of play there, or an audible called. Looks right, finds the receiver all alone, 84. Nobody within 10 yards of him, and nobody, well, might get caught. No, sir.
Looks like a block in the back.
Yeah. Flags on the play.
So Zachary Vidal, he's so clever. I don't mean to call his name so much, but what ended up happening is that he knew that it was number 4, I believe. He knew that he was beat.
Jonathan Martinez, yes, sir.
And he decided to just kind of slow down and get in the path of the Braunfels defender. And the Braunfels defender just couldn't help himself. He pushed our defender in the back. And so what they're discussing right now is that was there actually a block in the back? It was clever. It was clever. So It would be okay for it to be a no call, but it does appear to be a block in the back. So they're discussing it. They're talking through it. What did they see? At least three referees are on the ball. And here comes our white hat. Yep. Crafty.
So it's a spot foul. The penalty will be marked off from the spot of the foul. And there's enough yardage to make it a first down anyway for New Braunfels.
So funny. That's when you have upperclassmen, people play the game for a while. They know some of the intricacies, and that was really smart.
Well, some disappointment on both sides of the stadium this evening, as far as calls are concerned, but we'll leave it at that. Referees are doing a great job, as always. Up the middle, number 5, Riker Purdy.
Looks like J.J. Hernandez with the tackle for the Hornets.
Well, I'll be interested in halftime, Barry, getting some stats about Purdy. It's definitely not the Riker Purdy show tonight.
No, what ends up happening, I think they're so balanced. The Braunfels feels like they're so balanced. They can throw the ball. They can run the ball. Maybe later on in the game you'll see a lot of them, but early on it's just pass. Let's get some points on the board, outscore the team that we're against. But East Central's defense been up to the task.
Single man coverage. Adjusting now in the backfield there are the Hornets. There's Purdy inside all alone. Touchdown. New Braunfels.
So strong. Legs churning. Follows his blocks. Patience, speed, power, touchdown.
We've got quite a few, Barry. Interesting enough, New Braunfels fans on our YouTube. On our YouTube East Central Hornets page. Shout out there to Southern Gal. Looks like you're supporting New Braunfels. Karen Johns as well. Well, you could be supporting 11 from the Hornets or 11 from New Braunfels. Not sure. Eddie, also from New Braunfels. Karen Johns, you're an EC fan. Glad to have you. Michael Viator supporting his son tonight. Glad to have you, Mr. Viator. Southern Gal says, oh, yes, it is the Riker Purdy show.
Well, it's easy to say Riker Purdy show, but you can't say the Riker Purdy show without saying the offensive line. The offensive line has been zone blocking so well. They've been really taking the Hornets defensive line to task at the moment. But Riker's been running hard, but the offensive line has been really mowing them down as well.
Michael Lopez from New Braunfels also. Glad to have you in this evening. East Central fans, come on, let's represent your school tonight as well.
They might all be here, Jake.
They
might all be here.
That's a consideration, yes. It is, once again, fans, homecoming night here at East Central. Homecoming festivities took place earlier this week, and we will announce the winners of that at halftime night between bands. Number 2, the kicker for New Braunfels, setting up to kick, Cade Wenzel. Back deep for the Hornets, number 3, Trayshawn. And number 8, Austin. Kick is up, goes to the right side, short man. Well, our deep man come up and cover it. That's Trayshawn. Trayshawn, oh no! Tripped up. Might have had another 10, 15 yards on that one.
They're kicking shallow again. That was what Judson did, especially after he ran the 99-yard touchdown back. But it's still coming into their hands. That's pretty good field position right there, 31-yard.
31-yard line.
But it's better than a 99-yard touchdown for the Braunfels.
East Central's response to kicking it short was just bring those deep men up a little, 10 yards more. And they'll end up receiving the ball anyway. Caden Bosenko rolls right, sees the receiver downfield, and no, just over the hands of number 8, Austin Beaver. That pass was thrown before Beaver was even turned around and looking for it.
I do love it when they roll him out to the right. Normally, it's not unusual for them to see Jack Stewart on the receive that on the dig route, but he's really effective rolling to his right. Although often he'll roll to his left, but that right is what he needs.
Caden this time with one back to his left, takes it, rolls to his left, looks to pass. Nothing there. Caden looks to work it out himself, tosses it up, and it's intercepted. Well, questionable.
But he's trying to make a play. And normally when he throws that ball up, guess who he has? He has big 6'2" Jack Stewart. He has big 6'2" Samuel Pageant. And so he was trying to throw up a 50-50 ball, and he thought he trusted his athletes, but it was just great defense by the Braunfels cornerback there.
First down, 10 New Braunfels at their own 46-yard line. Heading right to left on your screen. Unless you're on the other side of the world watching. I guess. New Braunfels takes the handoff, hands off to the handoff to Purdy. This time Purdy going left for about a 15, 16-yard run. First down to Braunfels.
Yeah, the East Central defense has been on the field for a lot of snaps now. They were a game earlier, but now that offensive line is starting to lean on them a little bit. Purdy is starting to get a full head of steam. I see a fullback back there now, number 41, who can also catch. This might be student body left, student body right for the rest of the half. It's 1 minute, 54
Two
seconds
receivers
left.
up top. Handoff inside again to Purdy. And tripped up by Trayshawn that time. Another first down for New Braunfels. Nothing worse, Barry, after being worn down by a running back than having that same running back still in there, wearing you down even more.
Well, looking at his number of carries again, he's had like 120-something carries already this year, 800 or 780 yards. Definitely has more than that now. This is going to be a heavy dose of him. And so that was a wonderful timeout called by East Central. Get the guys together, let them know, be ready, it's coming. With 95 seconds left in the first half, and Unicorns up 17. Unicorns 17, Hornets 7. Running that clock out seems like their MO. Although for this distance, along those hash marks, I wouldn't be surprised to see a skinny post, maybe a post route, a traditional post route, because Bauman can sling it, really can.
All right, first time Unicorns at the 26-yard line. They leave one wide receiver on the numbers up top, one on the hash mark, one wide receiver down low on the numbers. That's number 1, Lance Beagley, who has been primarily running deep and going those deep routes here on the left-hand side.
2 deep coverage.
And it's number 5, Riker Purdy, up the middle, down inside the 5-yard line for a first and goal.
Big hole on that left side.
Aiden Pathaphone on the stop. Will the Hornets take another timeout here?
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to take a timeout because if they're going to run, the clock is going to run. The play clock was starts off after a run at 40 seconds. They can run that down low. giving East Central very few seconds to get back on the field should they score or not. Hopefully not from an East Central perspective. But if they do, they'll have plenty of time. East Central still has East Central has 0 timeouts left, but they do trust the arm of Caden Basenko and trust those skill players for them.
Once again, great to have all of our fans out there on Facebook and YouTube. We're broadcasting live on both venues. Support from both teams tonight on those channels. Surprised to see all the support from New Braunfels. Kind of curious how y'all got the word. If you want to drop me a line there in the chat, how did you find out about our broadcast?
The interwebs.
The interweb, they just searched EC versus New Braunfels and it came up, I would imagine. But you're probably right, Barry Huff. First and goal, New Braunfels. On the 3-yard line, 2.5, 3-yard line.
I expect a dive to Purdy.
Purdy goes around the left-hand side, but plenty of defense waiting on him there in the form of number 3, Tyree Johnson, and number 15,
Zachary Vidal.
Your man, Zachary Vidal. Yes, sir. New Braunfels not wasting any time. They're at the line of scrimmage already. Calling the play there is Aiden Ballman.
East Central out of timeouts.
East Central, no timeouts remaining. Got to be Purdy again to call. Why not? Nope. Throw it up top to number 1, and he brings it down. Lance Bigley. Signal is touchdown, New Braunfels. You do not hear the Unicorn Band celebrating because they're getting set up for halftime. Those Unicorn Band fans, stick around. We'll show some coverage of your band this halftime. Thank you, Michael Viator, for noticing your son's nice-looking backplate.
Somebody must have spent some money.
Somebody must be proud of the shiny backplate their son is wearing. All right, Hornets, let's get this together and have a better second half. Score, Barry, is?
It's 24, Unicorns 24, Hornets 7, 32 seconds left in the first half.
All righty. As I mentioned, we will have coverage of the bands at halftime, starting with the Unicorn Band, East Central Band following. And hopefully, if all goes well, we'll have a little chat with our JROTC leader, Master Sergeant Terry Caesar. Will be up here to chat with us at halftime.
Coming into this game, both East Central and New Braunfels were ranked in the top 4 or in district. East Central coming even currently in 3rd place. They're winners of 3 of their 4 games, and New Braunfels 2-2. Both had big wins over Judson, which is pretty impressive. But now this is a battle right here. I can't wait to see what happens. Plenty of time left. East Central down 3 scores, but still in the battle.
All right, number 2 again, Cade Wenzel setting up for New Braunfels. Pops one up short. Cornell George fields it. A big man, but not the fastest man. He'll take one down with him.
It's pretty fast, but he's going to need a little bit more field to gain to build momentum, and
not for New Braunfels Unicorns in front of him either.
But there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time left. 26 seconds. Again, East Central with no timeouts. Ball on their own 37. I think a heavy dose of. I'm going to have Caden Basenko roll out a little bit. I'm going to see Samuel Padgett, a little Austin Vivier, little Jack Stewart.
4 wide receivers to choose from this time. Bosenko a little bit confused by the call there. Shotting over to the sideline. Takes the snap and tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. by number 25,
Blitz.
Ryan Wilson.
Nice blitz. He beat the running back who was blocking him, McClure, and Buseko tried to burst through that wave, just couldn't get it done. Looks like the East Coast is going to be content to take it to the second half. They will be receiving at the start of the second half. Time to regroup. Let's see what's going on. But at the end of half, it is Unicorns 24 and your East Central Hornets 7.
And fans, as promised, let's take a little time to enjoy both bands momentarily here. We hope to talk to East Central's JROTC, NCOIC, Master Sergeant Terry Caesar. But let's sit back and enjoy the music for a little while.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing 89 years of musical excellence, NBA Justice is proud to present the pride of New Braunfels, the 2021 Mighty Unicorn Marching Band, along with the Platinum Award-winning Monoceros, the Mystics, and the Sapphires. The Unicorn Band is led onto the field by drum majors Christopher Marmolejo, Gavin Remo, and Matty Watchdog. Drumline captain is Ryan Reed. Color guard captains are Elizabeth Anderson, Sarah Curtis, Leslie Steele, and Melanie Thompson. High brass sergeant is Josh Cogden. Low brass sergeant is Braden Gable. And woodwind sergeant is Nate Green. Band members of the week are Diana Torres Moreno, Megan Escobedo, and Angel Itzergetting. Guard members of the week are Jaden Morris and Sarah DeDrone. The section of the week is the Lone Grass. The honorary student leader of the week is Brian Ritz and Richard Verano. Your 2021-2022 double platinum Montessori officers are Colonel Emma Parrish, Lieutenant Colonel Peyton Gibson, and Senior Major Chloe Downey, and Majors Neil Check and Mackenzie Lair. Mystic officers are Captain Caitlin Gallagher, Co-Captain Emily Colombo, and Lieutenants Lord Trussell, Samantha Espino, and Jane Parks. Sapphire officers are Captain Sophia Perez, Co-Captain Kiana Galvan, and Lieutenant Cameron Swack. The Montessori of the week is Miss Presley Baker. The Mystic of the week is Miss Ava Hill. And the Sapphire of the week is Miss Jocelyn Howell. And the Braunfels High School dance teacher of the week is Mr. West. The Unicorn Band featured twirler is Miss Katie McLean Savard. The Montessori's Mystics, Sapphires, and the Twirler are going to be performing to the Tommy two-tone classic, Jenny. Okay, how are you? Marathon Band would like to present movements 2 and 3 of its 2021 marching production, Uprooted, a story of how life can sometimes flip us upside down, rip us out of our comfort zone, and force us to establish new roots in an unfamiliar place. Something we can all relate to right now. Uprooted features soloists Sarah Mayer, Nate Green, Daniel Guzman, and Alan Schrader. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the mighty Unicorn Marching Band. And now, Unicorn fans, on your feet for the new Braunfels fight song. The dance department is under the direction of Mrs. Megan Cologne and Melanie Hastings. The uniform band is under the direction of David C. Eckert, Kyle Day, James.
All right, fans, welcome back. We have a brief opportunity between bands to talk to one of East Central's greatest longtime service here at the school, Master Sergeant Terry Caesar, who is our, what's your title, NCOIC of?
I'm one of the Army instructors at JROTC section.
Okay, JROTC is, of course, Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. It's an opportunity for students to do what?
We motivate our mission is motivate young people to be better citizens, and basically we're just teaching them they could be best version of themselves.
So is this many people who are looking to go into the military or not necessarily?
Oh, no, sir. I mean, a good majority of our based on the endorsement plan, they have to further track to go into ROTC, but you don't have to be in ROTC in order to go to the military in order to go to ROTC. Some is a family tradition. Others is just an opportunity to belong to a family, which is
For the homecoming king and queen.
Awesome. Well, I promise you we're going to be really short. So could you just tell me what JROTC does out here at football games? On the field, homecoming king and queen waving to the crowd. All right, sorry, Master Sergeant Caesar. Tell me what JROTC does out here at the games.
We just want the kids to feel totally bought in as part of the school. I mean, we have a push-up crew. We have the color guard that opens the colors at every ceremony, and we also have the flag runner. So we just want the kids to feel like they're part of the school, just like and be part of the energy that brings just a winning element to a winning team.
Is there any pre-qualification, or can any ninth grader just say, "Hey, I want to be in JROTC"?
Yes, sir. Anybody that really wants to be the best version of themselves, come on out.
Master Sergeant Terry Caesar, in charge of the JROTC here at East Central. Glad to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This week's of the week are the Flutes. This week's band member of the week is Danielle DeMille. This week's freshman of the week is Whitney Williams. This week's color guard member of the week is Cynthia Hinojosa. Tonight, the Hornet Band will begin their performance with the Organ Symphony finale from their 2021 contest show titled Stained Glass. Please welcome the award-winning East Central Honeybee Varsity Dance Team and Lone Stars Drill Team. Davila and Ileana Prado. Honeybee officers are Lieutenant Angelina Martinez, Lieutenant Alyssa Galvan, Major Elise Green, Lieutenant Colonel Shelby Pianzik, and Colonel Juliana Moreno. Honeybees of the week are Harley Lopez and Emma Pianzik. Honeybees and Gold Stars are under the direction of Brittany Carranga and Monica Orsi. Directors of the Hornet Band are Ron Garza, Thomas Esperiquista, Doug Johnston, and Rick Mendoza. The Hornet Band, Honeybees, and Gold Stars would like to thank Principal Shane McKay, Superintendent Roland Toscano, and Athletic Director Matt Ariola. Good night, and as always, go Hornets!
All right, fans, welcome back after a great halftime performance by both bands. Wake Me Up Before You Go, the East Central contribution for our drill team this evening. Yes, you heard it. Barry and I were doing Sammy Davis Jr. imitations during halftime. Actually,
Wake me up before you go,
that's
girl,
what we were
right?
doing during halftime, yes, sir. Set now for the second half. New Braunfels coming out of their blow-up doll on the far
From there.
blow-up unicorn on the far side of the field.
I like the way that they come out and they have the tradition of at about 40-yard line, they have the unicorn there, the bucking unicorn that they touch, just to regain focus. Maybe some of the fans from the Braunfels can tell us the name of that particular tradition there. That's pretty cool.
And here they come now, Barry, the East Central Hornets. A little more serious coming out this time. They got a big half in front of them. Need to go to work. Keys to the second half, as they say, Barry. What is your opinion?
Well, East Central has been pretty solid on special teams, which has been their MO all season. But now it's time for the offense to get to work. We need some long drives. We do know that the Braunfels will be kicking up to East Central. This is going to be up to them to not depend upon a big play from the special teams. You have the talent. You have good offensive line. You can throw. You can run. It's just time to trust those fellas.
And trust that you have the time to do it might be one of the hardest things to resist.
But the truth is they still have 24 minutes. They have a full complement of timeouts. And for them, it's fresh. But the defense is going to need some time off the field because they're on the field a lot that first half.
New Braunfels, do they have any reason at all not to step away from that run? So successful already, Riker Purdy.
Man, Riker, they have to keep the ball from all those weapons that New Braunfels has. Again, Riker finished the quarter, finished the half, but they have the receivers, they have the quarterback, and they've proven that with that 24-7 lead.
And our stats guy here in the booth with us says that Purdy already at 100 yards. Is that correct?
91 yards.
91 yards for the game. Trayshawn up the middle. You see how exciting he can be. Gets out to the 36-yard line. First down, Hornets.
Again, great field position. They're not kicking deep to him because they do respect what that special teams is doing. But now it's time for East Central to have some pace in their step, but there's no urgency. It's a lot of time left on that clock. Just worry about this drive and not the score.
Caden Bosenko, quarterback number 5. Kenyon McClure, running back 39, takes the ball, slips, and manages to get maybe a yard on the play. Sent down by numbers 97, Ethan Rodriguez of New Braunfels.
East Central has a little bit more urgency right now. Caden Bosenko calling out the plays. 30 seconds on the play clock.
Kenyon McClure again on the carry. This time a little more space to make a move or two. Gets out to the 45-yard line for another gain of about 4. Make it third down and 2. Go ahead, Bray.
My fault. I do like what East Central's doing. East Central is taking a play from New Braunfels. Go early in the play clock, not having to wait. Oh, fumble.
My apologies, fans. We do have a precarious position here physically in the booth. We're right at the entrance, the only entrance to the booth. So if you hear that door slamming open and shut, it's because it's opening and shutting quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
So as we get settled down here in the third quarter, hopefully not so much background noise, and you can hear us a little better.
So East Central's going to go up for it on 4th and 2.
They stack 3 wide receivers to the right.
Wide receiver screen to Vivier, I bet.
Bosenko running, sees the deep man Vivier over the top.
He saw him. He was wide open.
He was.
Being aggressive on the call, and don't hate that at all. But it's now the Braunfels' turn to try to score, and it's going to be up to the defense to make a play.
There is that time of year. I don't know if you notice it at this time of year. We always get that East Central gold moon against that black sky. I love to call that East Central victory, as I did last night at the freshman game.
Hopefully you can get a shot of that for the folks at home to see.
Cameraman, it's in your upper left-hand field of view. That's Purdy with a 9-yard run before tripped up by Trayshawn.
Good blocking on the edge by the O-line.
Second down and 1 for New Braunfels. Wide receivers up top, 80 for Jake Vaughn.
It'd be easy to say that they're going to give it to the running back, but if they throw it deep, 2nd and 1, this is the time to do it.
Quarterback Eden Ballman likes that receiver number 1, Lance Beagley, on the left-hand side for the deep throw, but decides to hand off again. Well, look at that young fella go. The ball is loose, and East Central recovers. First down, Hornets.
Opportunistic Hornets.
Just as bad news is about to come our way. Swift turn in the action. Hornets recover the fumble at the 1 yard line. That running back, by the way, Riker Purdy, almost into the end zone.
The Braunfels, outside of that early interception and that fumble, pretty clean game. Essential just opportunistic on their own 2 yard line. Let's see what happens.
Handoff inside. Nothing doing, as the professionals say. Love that phrase, nothing doing. Which means nothing really happened. They didn't advance on the play. Still at the 1 yard line for a second down now.
Looks like a loss of about 1 or at least half a yard. They stacked them up. Essential wanted to take that dive, so that dive would give them.
Everybody lined up on line of scrimmage. No receiver split wide. Bosenko runs, at least gets out of the end zone at maybe a yard or two more.
Gain of about 1. Back to original line of scrimmage, maybe.
Looks like 22 for the Unicorns, Billy Fitch and others in on the tackle. Third down now, 10 yards to go.
That was interesting. They dropped him back. They didn't roll him out. Caden is really dangerous when they roll him out. Dropped him back to see if they could sneak a fly route to Jack deep. At least he was looking that way. Good coverage.
Bosenko and looks left, bounces one off the turf for an incomplete pass.
So let's see what type of yardage, let's see what type of yardage we can gain on the punt from Vivier. He's back deep, almost on the edge of the end zone.
Vivier could reach around him and pound on the bass drum if he needed to. That close.
Pretty dangerous if he steps out the back of the end zone. That's 2 points for the Unicorns. Looks like they're bringing the house.
Beaver shanks one, and looks like you might get about 10 out of it.
Yeah, shank that off the foot, 12-yard line, 1st and 10 to Braunfels.
Well, your nerves are a little bit different, Barry, when you're standing on the back of the end zone, and things don't always go as smoothly as you wish when you're shaking a bit. when your knees are shaking a bit.
Well, I think that he's ready. He's taking a pounding himself. He runs the ball. He receives the ball. He's taking a pounding. But, again, he was on the edge, and he didn't want to make a mistake, probably thinking a little too much. But the bottom line is he got the ball off.
And here we go. Unicorns 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Quarterback rolls with it, and he's put down just past the line of scrimmage. If at all, maybe a gain of 1 for the quarterback, Aiden Ballman.
Good job by the defense. Let's see, East Central's backs against the wall. Their defense has been pretty strong.
Tadion Lott on the stop there, number 2. Look right for the quick pass out to number 10. Landon Marsh finally brought down, but that's enough for another New Braunfels first down.
A fantastic run. Fantastic run by Marsh. Great throw in rhythm.
Typical average coverage over there for the Hornets, but the quarterback gets the ball out to the receiver so quickly that he still has time to make a decision before those defensive backs get to him.
It's tough to rally to the ball when that ball's coming out that hot.
First and 10, keep it, get inside, and that's nope, a little short, the official says. Raises one hand in the other air rather than 2. Mark the ball about 6 inches outside of that goal line. several options here, Barry. And one of them not fumble it, toss it up. No, it's going to be down. The quarterback's knee, I believe, was on the carpet when he touched the ball after it had been fumbled.
Exactly what that white hat or the person in charge, the head referee, is saying. Ball's down. It'll be third down, 3rd and goal from the Braunfels.
All right, we got a 3rd down here, I believe, 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Time for Hornets to keep this one down to a yard or 2 at the most. Running back turns inside and he makes it in. 32, I believe, is Tyree Johnson. Touchdown, New Braunfels.
Well, you saw a couple of things. Good blocking up front by the O-line once again. But then you saw Ryder, that their leading running back, actually being a lead blocker for Mr. Number 32, Tyree Johnson, who is able to slip into the end zone over East Central cornerback.
Point after 10 blocked.
That's going to be a flag. And I believe what they're going to say is that you can't jump over the line like that. That's just you just can't do that. And specifically, you can't jump over the center. So they're going to retry that again.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
It seems good. But for some reason, that is not a legal play.
So call this one back. Give it another try.
There's a couple of things you can't do. First of all, you can't line up over the center on the extra point. And number 2, you can't jump over a down lineman or some rule like that. So that's going to be a flag every single time.
Yep. Offsides, I think, is the official way they designate that. And then referee indicates a jumping over motion with his hand.
That's right.
And we'll try that one again.
Although it did look good.
It did look good. Cade Wenzel, the kicker, holding for him, the quarterback, Aiden Ballman. As it is quite often in these teams, quarterback holding. And ball up, and it's good this time.
And the score, New Braunfels 31 and our East Central Hornets 7. 5 minutes, 59 seconds left in the second half.
Well, Barry, no big surprises here. We're getting getting the run production out of their leading runner. Perhaps not the huge passing game from Aiden Ballman, but a very respectable one indeed.
For sure. This second half is they're probably just going to try to shrink the clock. And the way that you shrink the clock is to not throw. If you can run and they can run, then that means that the clock is going to keep running. And the longer that East Central's offense is off the field, that bodes well for East Central. That bodes well for New Braunfels. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully East Central will be able to string together a good drive. But the clock is starting to wind down with about 18 minutes left in the overall contest, and the clock running. I can imagine pass, making, and hopefully Hornets can connect.
After this kickoff, Barry, if you give us a moment of your expertise and talk about district standings and the rest of the season for us.
Gladly.
Penalty flag kicked out of bounds. We'll get that set. So what's going on with the rest of the season, Barry?
Well, there's 3 games left, and 1 game has already been played, and it was a doozy. You had the winless or winless in district Wagner beating Clemens, and that was a big deal because right now it is Clemens, Judson, East Central, and the Braunfels High battling for the third and fourth place or third and fourth positions for playoffs.
New Braunfels and East Central battling for 3rd and 4th, yes, sir?
Well, Clemens and Justin are still in the fight, too.
Gotcha.
And the thing is, that both East Central and the Braunfels have beaten Judson. And because Clemens lost, they're on the outside looking in. And really, the Braunfels and East Central own their own, can fight their own way into the playoffs just by winning. And a win here tonight would clinch at least fourth place, more than likely, for a playoff spot. And right now, it looks like the Braunfels is starting to nail that door shut.
So again, likely the battle for first and second is between again who?
It's Smithson Valley and Cibolo Steel.
Okay. With playoff spots still available, third and fourth. Both teams you see on the field right now, and two other teams vying for those third and fourth spots. So, yeah, you heard it right, fans. East Central with an opportunity to go to the playoffs this year. Let's get behind them. Let's support them for, of course, the rest of this game and the rest of the school year, rest of the football season. Let's get those Hornets into the playoffs this year.
Yeah, the Hornets do have a pretty tough road to battle, because the next game will be versus Smithson Valley, and the final game of the regular season will be Shirts. Shirts. So we'll see what happens.
I like it. Fake the handoff to Vivier, and Bosenko straight up the middle. Big hole.
Running hard, which is why he's the leading rusher for East Central.
Yeah.
That run right there.
Looks like he got enough for the first down, indeed. First and 10 Hornets.
Five minutes, 19 seconds on the clock.
Hornets would do well not to waste any time. That's not necessary. Kenyon McClure with a carry. Pickup of 2, second down and 8. Stop made up front by number 9, Ashton Coffer.
The longer the calls are on the sidelines, in my mind, that means that they're a throwing player, possibly sitting in 2 plays to Caden Bosenko.
Caden turns to the sideline, double checks the play. Signals to his wide receiver to go in motion. That's Austin Vivier. Hands off, though, to the running back, Kenyon McClure, up the middle for a gain of 3 before he's stopped by 95 Leighton Ladd. Hornets now to the 36-yard line. They're on 36. Third down and 5 to go.
Yards have been tough to come by. We had 2 running plays, trying a little trickery, but it looks like East Central might be in the 2-down situation here as time's running down in the third quarter. 4 minutes left.
Pitch to McClure to the left-hand side. Yeah, just too many New Braunfels defenders already past the line of scrimmage waiting on McClure. Give the credit for the tackle to 46, Caden Bearwald. That play just took forever to develop. I mean, look back, take a second before you pitch it. Kenyon is really deep behind the quarterback, and by the time he makes it to the line of scrimmage, plenty of time for New Braunfels defenders to react.
Yeah, they stretched that play out pretty well. They're trying to get a block on the edge. They're trying to trust Kenyon's speed. Early in the game, that would have been easy to come by, but great adjustments made by New Braunfels.
Vivier with another strong kick. Nice roll again. Might have been touched, but receiver pulls away. Hornets down it at the 12-yard line. First and 10. New Braunfels.
Great kick. Again, one of the staples of the season has been strong special teams. And outside of one shank punt, Austin super consistent with his punting. Every time he's punted, it's been close to the 10-yard line. Just great job. Great job by the special teams. 2 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Unicorns 31, your Hornets 7.
Set up the Unicorns at the 12-yard line. Receiver up top is 84. Jake Vaughn down below here. Number 1, Lance Beagley. Beagley, over the evening, has caught the straight route down the left-hand sideline, sometimes beating that corner, sometimes pushing that corner away.
That's what it appeared, but again, we trust the officials.
Yeah, we've worn that discussion out. But he's about due for one. Haven't seen a throw to him in quite a few.
I think it's going to be a heavy dose of running.
Yeah, of course it should be to eat up clock. Although a quick 10-yard pass might be nice to get him out of this area of the field.
So right now the play clock is at 38, 37, 36. I suspect that they're going to run that play clock down to about 10 seconds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the game clock, 25 seconds left on the play clock.
Number 10, Cornell George, number 94 on the tackle as well for the Hornets. Maybe 95, Michael Pinones. Quarterback keeper, right-hand side. Flag on the play. Now, that's an interesting flag, when it happened and where it happened. Any ideas, Barry?
I suspect a helmet-to-helmet contact.
I think so. Against the Hornets, naturally. Being the tacklers in that case. There were 4 Hornets there to tackle the running quarterback, Aiden Bauman. Bauman seemed to almost be on the turf when those Hornets kind of piled in on him. It will go the direction for the Unicorns. 10 so far. Yeah, it's going to be that 15-yarder. Face mask, okay.
Then there's that one, too.
And there's that one. Maybe the referees do have a better view than we do.
That's cinched it for us right there.
Hand off inside to Purdy. Number 11, Jack Stewart. That's not possible that he's in on defense. Let's double check that. Probably JJ 21 or Cornell number 10 on the tackle.
Definitely number 10.
A lot of help up front, too, and just closing up those gaps.
Yeah, the clock is running 124, 123, 122. Play clock 15, 14, 13.
Second down now. Purdy swings around the right side, still on his feet, but put back again by George. They'll give him forward progress, however, to probably it's going to be about the 38-yard line.
I think that one was an end around for number 10.
Yes, sir.
Landon Marsh. Super fast.
You hear the East Central drum line. Barry, I have been invited by the East Central drum line to come and jam with them someday.
You, of course, were on the drum line in your high school back in the day.
At LBJ High School, Austin, Texas. Ron Garza, the band director, drummer himself, said I could come out and jam with the boys. I don't think the boys know yet, though. And by boys, I mean boys and girls.
Because you have both. But
30,
on that, 32.
Go ahead. 32, the runner is Tyree Johnson.
Running with a little aggression, little stiff arm. Nice little push, nice little surge by the offensive line. And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. The Braunfels leading 31. Your East Central Hornets 7.
31-7 going into the fourth. Let's take in some sounds from East Central's Hornet Stadium, Barry. I'm going to dangle the microphone outside the window. Let's hear a little bit what's going on. All right, sights and sounds of Hornet Stadium. New Braunfels setting up for a first down now and 10. Handoff to the other running back, in quotes, Tyree Johnson. Give the tackle number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. And Johnson down. Let's give an official timeout on the field. All right, shaking it all off. New Braunfels now with a second down, 8 yards to go. 3 receivers in this set, 2 running backs. Those being 32 Tyree Johnson and 5 Riker Purdy. Quarterback decides to keep, throws one to number 84. Just hoping to catch the Hornets off guard there.
Caught me off guard. I'm like, wow, they just really want to go for that killer punch, and that's the right thing to do. If Hornets are sleeping, then strike while the iron's hot. But thankfully we're on point.
22 Elijah Simons on coverage. Third down. Would they try that again? Third and long?
I think there's a run.
Quarterback has nobody to pass to. Nice coverage by the Hornets. Now the pursuit. Throw it. Oh, almost picked by number 23, Aiden Pathophone. Again, Aiden's plays are few and far between, but 90% of them will make that highlight reel.
That was great anticipation by Aiden. He was playing safety and dime coverage. Looks like Austin Vivier's back deep and Trayshawn Johnson's back. He's still favoring that arm. First punt of the game for the Braunfels.
Sounds right. Or were you telling me?
Question and saying at the same time.
I believe you're right, sir. I don't recall calling the name. In fact, I can't see the guy's number. Number 8 is the punter, Jacob Redding. You're correct, sir. First punt for New Braunfels. Timeout, East Central.
11.
First of the second half.
I keep talking over you, James. Sorry about that, buddy.
I'm getting tired. I'm really not aware of what's going on around me, so
that's
probably not your fault.
No, that's me. But that being said, there's 11 minutes, 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Braunfels 31, Hornets 7. Again, it's a pretty big game, and so far it looks like the Braunfels have been up to the task. The Braunfels with a win will be third place in district. They'll be 3-2 in district with two games remaining, and East Central will be 2. But because of this head-to-head, East Central will move to fourth place with Smithson Valley and Clemens left. Smithson Valley ranked number 2 or 3, I forget. The big number 2 in city.
Number 2 is Steele, Smithson Valley number 3. And that number 1 spot, who did we say earlier, Barry?
In the city of San Antonio, that's Brennan.
Brennan High School, number 1 in the city. Punt is up. East Central will have no part in that one. Let the Unicorns down it, and we'll set up a 1st and 10. East Central at the 21-yard line.
So East Central was content to run and see if they could get some good field position and maybe look to pass. But now East Central with 11 minutes left, it's time to throw. We'll see what they do, but they do have the talent. And Caden does have the arm talent.
Bosenko hurrying everyone onto the field so we can get this one going. Waste no time. Bosenko looking over to the sideline to the coaches, one in a neon orange hat, one in a white hat. One of them calling the real signal, the other just waving his hands. Bosenko sights a spy back there, but that extra safety, I guess, or linebacker back there. Handoff off the middle or up the middle to Vivier. You see that speed now. Vivier getting through the line, past the linebackers, and a first down Hornets.
That was actually Caden Bosenko calling his own number.
Was it now?
It was. He's so quick. And
I'm going to say that was Vivier, Barry. Can we agree to disagree?
We'll agree that was definitely a first down.
First down indeed, and Hornets. Handoff this time, no doubt, to Kenyon, 39, for no gain. Not Kenyon, 26, Quincy Brown. And officials timeout on the field.
I wonder if East Central is realizing they're just going to live to fight another day. There's still fight in them, but they're going to, instead of just desperately throwing the ball down, heaving it down the field, let's work on the runs. Let's go ahead and shrink this clock, keep the clock running.
Those of you out there in the live chat, 53 of you out there now, I'd like just to see who you're out there supporting. If you want to put up your athlete's name and number, that would be awesome. If we need to know what team you're referring to, that might help as well. Just to see what we got out there, say some hellos. Maybe if I see your kid in the hallways next week, I'll say, hey, I saw Mom on the chat. I saw Dad out there supporting you. So let us know who you're repping out there in Facebook and YouTube. By the way, you can find myself and Barry in the halls of East Central District schools. I'm a math teacher here at the high school. Barry teaches English language arts at Heritage Middle School. A little history. I would not be here talking to you today if it weren't for my colleague Barry Huff. He used to be here at the high school announcing high school games of all sorts. Got me into it, got me hooked, and now we're often serve as a team. Sometimes as individuals, but we both enjoy the work we're doing here up in the booth, calling games. Yes, sir.
With James being our lead announcer, being the voice for most sports here at East Central High School. Judy Hernandez of New Braunfels said it right. She said she's not giving love to just one player. She says all my unicorn football players and support staff. You had a lot of good support staff with your trainers out there as well.
So it just got really loud in here because people don't read the note on the door that says, please close the door. I should take care of that for you, though, fans. Highly educated people as well, not heeding to our request. Caden Bosenko, by the way, Barry, while you were out there closing the door, gains 7 on the play. Third down now and 3 Hornets.
Yeah, the clock's running 9:36, 9:35. Play clock 20, 19.
Call by the stadium announcer to make some noise, Hornet fans. Inside to the running back.
Quincy Brown, maybe? Oh, no, Kenyon McClure.
46 on the stop is Caden Bearwald.
No, he said Kenyon McClure, but that was actually Quincy Brown, number 26.
Yeah, in fact, I believe Quincy's been out there for most of the series. Kenyon easy to find. He's at the very end of those players on the sideline here, right end. Bosenko looking deep, finds Jack over the middle. Jack soft hands it, still on his feet. First down, Hornets.
Hustling to the line.
Hustling to the line. East Central got some life in them. Go Bosenko lining them up. Same lineup. Gets the signal from the sideline. Jack, number 11, with the deep pass and catch that time is your wide left receiver. Vivier in the slot. Up top is Sam Paget, number 6. One running back in the backfield. Send Vivier in motion to the right behind the line of scrimmage. Power right now. Nice stop. 46, Caden Bearwald. Not fooled by anything. Up the middle and stops the running back. 26, Quincy Brown for a loss there.
Lots of love being given by people on the website. We have Viator family, Mike Viator and Karen Johns cheering on Tegan. Marcy Alford giving
Bosenko comes alive. Sorry to interrupt you, Barry. On the run, has some field, turns inside, and has enough wherewithal to get outside to stop the clock. First down, Hornets. Caden Bosenko on the big run for another Hornet first down.
No quitting, Caden. Way to run hard. Good blocking up front. Flags on the field.
All right, here we go, fans. First and 10. Correction, first and goal inside the 10-yard line at the 6 to be precise. Officials talking something over here.
There's some extracurricular going on out there. They're working through it. I like how they get together. But again, going back to the chat, Marcy Alford just giving love, repping the Unicorns, coach's wife, which is a very difficult position to have because they're
dead ball personal foul against the defense. Will add a few more yards since there's not that many yards left to mark off a penalty.
Can't wait to see what happens there.
You know, Barry, not a lot of time left, but you want to leave the Hornets thinking that they have an opportunity. They should always be trying, and they're good enough to match up with this New Braunfels team.
Absolutely.
You know, a 21-point loss is really different than a, 1.5 touchdown loss.
Yeah, and also it's just they're showing that they can drive down the field. They're showing that they have heart. Game's not over. I mean, there's 6 minutes and 56 seconds left. I know the score says 31-7, but really that's 4 scores. And it happened. Bigger deficits have been overcome.
I like Bosenko to give this one another try on his feet. Nope, toss one up to Jack. Jack should have pushed off there. He might have got away with it. Stop it, Barry.
Stop it, Barry, huh?
No, had no chance there. The coverage was tight. Not enough end zone for that throw over the top.
I think Quincy Brown dive behind the center.
Quincy Brown is a fairly small running back. They're going to need to make a hole for him there. Caden keeps. He's got a lot of real estate. Caden's going to get in there. No. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Hornets. Caden Bosenko. A lot of field along the right-hand side. I thought he made a mistake by cutting in. But
he
nevertheless.
made a jump cut, bounce to the end zone. He knew what he was doing better than us, but he was running pretty hard. That was a great series for Caden. 6 minutes, 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. New Braunfels Unicorns 31, Hornets 13. Going for 2.
Hornets will go for 2. Bosenko not ready for the snap. Picks it up off the turf. Passes And it's tipped before it touches the hands of intended receiver Vivier. Defensive back there, number 20, I believe.
On the blitz, that was number 29. 29 on the blitz, that Ben Hymes, I believe.
Ben Hymes, yes.
We're currently in an 18-point lead. You can keep the fight going, but I suspect that East Central will kick it off deep using the leg of Gaunis, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's an onside kick. But 18 points is a lot of, with 6 minutes left, maybe too much, not enough clock to justify that onside kick. Although, looks like the Braunfels is expecting it.
Especially when the opposing team's full intent is just to drag it out as much as possible. You know, you're fighting the clock. So 49 going. Let's see if there's anything different, if it's obvious to us that we'll be setting up the onside. New Braunfels certainly ready for it. The majority of the team posted up 15 to 20 yards from the kicker. Only one deep man. Gona. Well covered by the front man on the far side, number 8, Jacob Redding. 1st and 10, New Braunfels set at the 49-yard line of their own.
6 minutes, 41 seconds left on clock. A lot of time left.
Hey, Barry, nice opportunity if we might take it to say hello to Suzette Areola watching from home tonight. Couldn't make it to the game this evening. Glad to have you watching. You said you'd be watching tonight. Hello, Suzette Areola, the East Central Athletic Director for the district. New Braunfels takes their time, hands off to, I would imagine, Purdy.
Absolutely Purdy.
2-yard run on the play.
No urgency.
I saw when Aiden Ballman, quarterback, handed that off to Purdy. He started jumping up and down like he might have someone stepped on his toe or bent a finger or something.
Or he might have pretended to do a jump pass that will sometimes catch a linebacker who's peeking back there off guard, springing the running back, giving him a couple more yards.
Purdy, speaking of jumping up,
flag on.
All of a sudden goes track star on us. Flag on the play. A lot of roughness. Some of it might not be necessary inside that tackle.
I think that was a little wisdom by the offensive lineman there. They were engaged, and suddenly the defensive lineman for East Central pushed him, and he kind of just dropped like a ton of bricks. Some good acting, but taking full advantage of somebody who couldn't hold himself back.
Penalty against the Hornets. And the penalty will bring the Unicorns down near the 20-yard line of the Hornets. 1st and 10. Unicorns at the 21. approaching the red zone one more time, Barry.
Clock at 5:33, 5:32. Play clock at 7, 6, 5, 4.
Handoff inside to 32. 32's Tyree Johnson. Finds no one on the right-hand side of the line and takes that opportunity. And officials timeout. All right, fans, roll the clock, says the referee. Not much time remaining, certainly not enough for the East Central football team to overcome this deficit, I would say, Barry.
Starting to look that way, but stranger things have happened. 550, 450, 449.
Stranger things are happening. Stranger things have happened like maybe last week at Judson High School.
Yeah,
How about that ending?
They probably still are a little, there's a little reminiscence of that all week long.
For those of you who don't know East Central side and those new Braunfels fans listening who don't know the history.
Who also beat Judson, by the way.
Also beat Judson 1974, I believe. 1974, 1976, since East Central beat Judson High School. So it was a big victory for the Hornets the other night. That's all I'll say about that. Great victory.
But in the present, currently, the Braunfels 31 and our East Central Hornets 13. 4:01, 4 minutes, 3:59. Play clock for the Braunfels 10, 9, 8.
So this will place New Braunfels ahead of us in the standings. Will make us now 3 and 4, I believe. Depending on what else goes on in the district, I guess.
We'll actually be 3 and 2, still above 500, with 2 games left to play. Smithson Valley and Clemens, respectively.
You're right. I meant third place and fourth place is what I meant by 3 and 4. But again, I'm not sure about that either.
No, I think you're right. Absolutely. Right now, it's just it'll be a swap. Should the Braunfels, and it looks like they're going to hold on to win with 3 minutes 36 seconds. Timeout on the field.
And once again, homecoming night here at East Central High School, here at Hornet Stadium. We did honor our homecoming winners at halftime. Sorry I don't have those names for you fans, but the ceremonies did take place earlier in the week. Check with your student if they're interested in getting those names. Congratulations to those Hornet young ladies and men for the participation in the homecoming events of the week. Ever part of the homecoming court, Barry, yourself?
Not nearly as popular as I would like to have believed. Or handsome. Yeah, I guess you have to have all that stuff.
Were you closer to becoming the homecoming king or starting on the basketball team?
Equally as far apart from both, I promise.
All right. New Braunfels setting up at the 8-yard line. Handoff inside. Push a few Hornets back for a good 5-6 yard run. JJ Hernandez on the stop.
Like timeout East Central.
Timeout East Central. All right, on the schedule then for next week, East Central. How do you read this paper here, Barry?
What I'm looking at right now.
There we go. East Central Braunfels. I'm sorry, Barry.
No, you have.
We got. Well, I'm looking at the wrong paper here.
Well, for East Central, we have East Central heading up north, Coleman ISD to play Smithson Valley, and then finishing up Friday, November 5th, home game versus Clemens. It's going to be a big game with playoff implications.
So do not look for us. By us, I mean Barry and me. Next week, we only generally do this broad podcast from our home stadium, unless a miracle happens, which it has before.
It has.
We might do a game out there, but count on seeing us the following week versus Clemens here on Facebook and YouTube. You New Braunfels fans will see Clemens next week at Lenoff Stadium.
East Central hustle like it was a fumble on the field, but it looks like the officials are talking it over. It might actually be first down.
It is a fumble and turnover to the Hornets.
Wow, second fumble of the game for
second fumble within the 1 yard line of the game.
Putting that hat on that ball, and that's what happens sometimes. 3:02 left in the fourth quarter. Unicorns 31, Hornets 13. But after this game, I'm looking at the Braunfels schedule. The Braunfels also faces Clemens, and they finish up against winless South San. So it looks like the Braunfels, their road to be in at least third place in district is set.
And Barry, I like the attitude of quarterback Caden Bosenko. He's rushing his players out there. He's wiggling his hands. He's waving his hands. You get here, you get there. Get ready for the play. Pass complete to the right side. Samuel Padgett, his first reception of the evening.
2-minute drill, hustling to the line. As soon as first down, as soon as that ball's set, the timer will start. That's 2:47, 2:46.
Karen Johns on YouTube says she was the homecoming queen in Floresville in 1974 when Floresville had a population of 3. So she was the homecoming queen. Her brother was the homecoming king.
No, he wasn't.
No,
he wasn't. Not at all. Not at all. Please bear with us, Miss Johns. We of course are joking.
Second down, Hornets. 10 yards to go. Bosenko looks straight ahead. Hands off straight ahead. Kenyon breaks one up the middle. Kenyon McClure out to the 40-yard line. First down, Hornets.
And with high school football, when there's a first down, clock stop for the resetting of the down marker. As soon as that down marker set, time will go. 2:17, 2:16.
Oh, offsides by the wide receiver, Jack Stewart.
Well, that was too deep coverage, and I think Jack was just chomping at the bit because that route that he's running, that deep post route that he's been successful on is open to him. Now they changed a little bit. Coverage is going to quarters. So it won't be as open, but we'll see. Good size on the quarterback and that safety.
Loss on the play, 39, Kenyon McClure. By the way, Jack Stewart, not listed in your program as Jack Stewart. First name actually Reginald. They call him Jack around here. You'll hear him called Jack on the basketball court, here on the football court as well. True story. There's your Hornet trivia of the evening. Do you have any nicknames when you were in high school, Barry?
Yes, it was called Huff, bring the towels. Huff, can you get the water?
Towel boy.
Huff, can you
No, say it ain't
Oh
so.
my gosh! Oh,
Caden
flag!
Bosenko
Flag on
gonna
the play.
come back now. Flag on the play. Blocking penalty, Barry?
I think so. But that was nifty little move there.
How did Caden Bosenko, an excellent runner with some speed, how did he outrun everybody, though, on that New Braunfels defense?
Because what they ran, their secondary, they put them in quarters where they're about like 7-8 yards off the ball, and so everybody's expecting a pass. Oh, they're actually talking about it. But since there's nobody back deep, and Caden has a nice little burst off that ball. Well, there's nobody there to tackle him. No linebackers there, and he just took advantage.
All right, let's see what the official has to say here. All is quiet, dead quiet here in Hornets Stadium. We got a touchdown. Referee taking some literary license to spurt off something that nobody's ever heard of. End result, touchdown Hornets.
But at least he explained what they're talking about, and it was a it's a set of Hornets.
I have all respect. Honestly, guys, I have all respect for officials, and I'm up here entertaining you tonight. So please, officials, I love you. I work with you every day, 3 days a week, and I respect you. So, but what did the official just say?
He said basically he explained that the defender that they threw the place where they threw the flag, the defender wasn't in the way of the play to make an illegal block. He was just kind of standing there. It wasn't really interfering with the play or part of the play, so they went ahead and let that one slide. Basically.
Gotcha. All right. Gone up and good.
Gone-o-matica.
Gone-o-matic. My colleague also taking some literary license.
He really is automatic almost all the time. And he's Central is 59 seconds left, down by 11. Onside kick, maybe?
Maybe.
Nah, I'm going to look at it. But then I said that before.
Speaking of said that before, did we not coin the phrase last week? The poet laureate of Friday Night Football? You, sir. Gone-o-matic.
Gone-o-matica. Gone-o-matic. He really is, though.
Southern gal, you really took that wrong. I was really talking about the population of Floresville and nothing else.
Yeah, we apologize for that.
Yeah, our apologies. I happen to love Floresville. Been there once.
Actually, several times because East Central makes us.
Absolutely. Our district used to have our district welcome out there in Floresville. Nice little ride. Nice little quiet community.
But then we got to build a place where we could have it now here on campus, which is pretty cool. Thank you, taxpayers.
Thank you, taxpayers, for our new facility here. Yes.
Speaking of which, there may be a bond coming up, and we would love. Our district is growing. We'd love to see your help there.
I'd love to see a hovercraft that could lift me up these stairs into the press box. Got a nice, interesting.
Oh my gosh!
Roller. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
I have never seen a kick that looked like that, Barry.
A knuckleball, but recovered by the Braunfels. Oh my gosh!
It went parallel to the yard line for about 7-8 yards, and then it took a swift right-hand turn to cover the required 10-yard forward progress of the ball. Ending, unfortunately, in a New Braunfels recovery. Interesting, though. Watch that ball if you get a chance to rewind and look at the path of that ball.
Little knuckleball, kicked it on the side, and it didn't look like it was going to go 10 yards, but then it went 10 yards, and it's just heads-up play by the Braunfels. 59 seconds left, one timeout remaining for the Hornets. Suspect they'll take that timeout right here. No, East Central's going to be content with letting the clock run because they can only stop it once. And after every time that after a play, you have a 40-second clock. So it wouldn't have benefited anybody to take the last time out that the Hornets had. So East Central's going to let this play out. The Braunfels will have one final snap. The game clocks at 27, 26. Play clocks at 12, 11, 10.
Barry, no reason to hang our heads. We're still rolling on a good season.
Absolutely.
Well played game. It was a loss, but it was going to be a tough game anyway. So
yes, it was.
Hold our heads high. Get ready for the next one. Let's get those Hornets into the playoffs.
That's right.
Next week, go out and support your Hornets out in Smithson Valley. Take a nice Friday afternoon drive. Support your Hornets. And then, of course, 2 weeks from now, you can hear our two lovely voices is back here on Facebook and YouTube Live. For now, James Bryant speaking. My colleague over here to my left, your name, sir, is?
Barry Huff.
We enjoy having you all tonight. We enjoy your comments. Have a great evening, great weekend. Go Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Let's also help out our wonderful custodial staff and throw away our trash. Please keep our stadium nice and clean. Again, final score, Braunfels 31, East Central.